Hi everyone, so I will present you how to make a complete or proper map in QGIS. This is part of the AGF212 course at UNIS, and that is about snow and ice processes, and I would like you to do a map for the field report. So what we will need now is start with the data that we need. So we will look at the base maps of Svalbard and how to add them to QGIS. That will provide the background maps, and we want the information about the two glaciers that we are looking at, so Tellbreen and Glacier, the extent or outline, and we can get that from GLIMS. So to start with, I will remind you how to get the base map layers from the Norwegian Institute. So that's what we need here. We will go to geodata.npolar.no. That is so this web page. And what we will do is go to the part that talks about basemap services. It more or less cached some of the basemap that they have onto your software like QGIS. So what I'm interested in is, for example, the basic map of Svalbard, also known as Svalbard Topo. And what I just need is this WMTS. So if you open it, it's a HTML file with a lot of information. I don't need to know what's in there. What I just need to is to copy the link. So I copy the link that is in there. Another way to do it would be to copy the link here. When I've copied this link, I can go in QGIS. Mine is already open. I saved it as a AGF212 tutorial. And then I go into Layer, Add Layer, Add WMTS Layer. And when I click on it, I get a page. What you need to know is to start a new service connection. Let's call it Svalbard Topo. And what I will just need to do is to copy the URL. And that's it. So name, URL, and OK. And then I will connect. And now I have this tile set. So that's it. What you will see is in your layer browser, you actually can see that this layer here has been added. And if I double click on it, then you can have the map of Svalbard, and if I zoom in, there's different scale, and we can look at Tellbreen and Tellbreen. It's a nice one to a nice trick is to always start with this map when you start a new map, as it will set the coordinate system into UTM-33 North. Another nice map to have would be the ortophoto, and that also you can get on this website, and that's this link here. And you see the projection UTM-33 North. So now we have the background maps. So we have done this part 1. Part 2, we are going to add the glacier outlines. So we will go on online on glims.org/map/glims, also shown here. And when we load it, we arrive in Southern America. So first, let's go to Svalbard, close to Longyearbyen, and that's where my two glaciers are. This GLIMS is a project that collects all glacier outlines and IDs in the world. And now if I click here with the left click, it gives me the details, and now we can see two outlines, two inventories, and some the name of the glacier. So there are three entries for Blekumbreen, and that's because there's like 3 dates. So from 1936, 90s, 2003. So let's start, and then I can just click on download. And this is the part that I need to. So we keep in S3 shapefile as a zip format and holes. So I just click on download the data. And while it does this, okay, open. I will want to do the same. Just again, left click here, and now I see Tellbreen for the same, more or less the same years. And then download data. Okay, so now we have both glaciers, and now we can come back to QGIS. So that's the 2 parts I've downloaded, and what I'm interested in too is the polygon. So now I just added Tellbreen, and we can do the same for Blekumbreen. Okay, so you see they are here, both of them. Something we can do is to reduce the opacity so that I can see through. Very shortly. So something to, we can change the fill. I'll like to increase the outline. Looks nice. Level is okay. And what I will do is this color here, I will put it to 35. And okay. So now it looks like this. And a small trick would be to copy the style and just apply it, paste the style, and now I have my 2 glaciers. Something you see here is that there's the 3 outlines from the different years. So something we can do to select them is to open the attribute table. So if I click here, so now we have the 3 polygons, and here is the source date. So I want to keep the one from 2003 and remove the one from 1936 and 1990s. So to do this, I toggle the editing mode, and I simply select, so both with the shift, clicking in shift, I can select both of them. And then I can just delete them with the trash bin option. And I remove the toggling. It asks me if I want to save it, save the file, and now when I go out, I have only one nice outline. So let's do the same with Blekumbrien. So yes, open attribute table, toggle editing, now 36, 90, I select both, and I throw in the bin, and save. So now I do have two nice glaciers, Tellbreen and Blekumbrien. So that's the information I need to make a nice map as an introduction of my field report. So now comes the next step, and that's we will need to add all the elements of a map. So let's start with a new project or print layout. So this is this option here. We have to start a new layout, so I call it AGF212 tutorial. Press enter, and now we enter in this layout. So first what I will do is I will add a map. I click on this symbol and just, I don't mind having the whole page. I keep a bit of space around it. And something I can do is I can control the scale here. So 50,000 to make it larger, or if I have some information to add inside, I can go a bit oops, yeah, something I should be careful. So here I am on this select move item, but if I select move item content, now I can move the map inside. So maybe 30 is a bit too high resolution. Sometimes it can be nice to move the map, so we can also cheat and change the orientation of the map. In that case, it will be fine because the glaciers are east-west. So now we have done the first part. We started a new project. We added a map layout. We corrected the zoom level. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add another map. So we click again on this option here, and I want a small inset map on the top right corner. Oh, sorry about that. So again, I change the scale. I go to a much higher number. So in that case, I have 10,000. Sorry, 10 million. So I can move the inset again to cover nicely the whole map, and then can make it a bit bigger now. A trick now is to add the location of this inner map onto the larger map. So what we can do is we can add, where is it? So that we don't need overviews. Yes, overviews. So now we click the plus button here, and one will appear here. And then what we do is we can add the map frame, so the map 1. And we don't see it actually right now. But to make it more visible, I go into the symbology and make it very red and not transparent. we can start to see a small dot here, and to make it much more visible, I just increase the stroke width to a fair amount. Let's go to 10 even, and then I add a solid line. Here you go. So 10 is a bit too much, so let's go 5, or even 3, and let's change this color to red. And you see it looks like a it doesn't look like a square, and it's because of the joint style. So what I can do is I can do change the edge plot, and now I have a square. So now we can see the inner map on the overview map. So that's correct. Maybe to make it look nicer, we can add a frame, black frame. The background is okay. What I like to add is grid. So a grid will give us the scale. So if I need to remember now the coordinate system of my map, and it's in meters, so that's, if I would have to write 10,000 meters to get every 10 kilometers or 100 kilometers, and now we start to have this straight line. But what I like with this big overview map is that we can share. We need to know the curvature of the Earth, so that's in the polar regions. So what we can do is we can change the coordinate system in CRS, and we can go back to WGIS 84, which is in latitude and longitude. So you can see here. Okay, it's the name of it. Up, and it means that now my unit is degrees, and I can add 1 degree. Maybe it's a bit too much, 1 degree, so maybe 2. It's in here. It's a bit too much. So now we have like 5 degrees and 2 degrees on the map, and that shows the curvature. The line style is not so nice, so perhaps I can add like a dotted line, and it looks much nicer. We can also draw coordinates. So by just clicking draw coordinates, something that I like to do is to remove the decimals, coordinate precision, 0, and it's a bit too much text around, so I can perhaps keep the bottom, that's okay, and actually I can put them inside the frame, and I can remove right, I can remove top, and this I keep inside the frame. You see that there is a bit of shift here, so what I can do with this grid again, up, I need to modify the grid. There is an offset here, so we can perhaps move the Y. No, we can keep like this. Yeah, and we can also move. So now I've shifted the grid. Actually, I'll do it again. No, I don't want a second grid. Oops. Luckily, I can undo. Make it better like this. when it's a bit annoying, I just go to grid again. Something like this. We will survive. Okay. So that was for the first part. Now let's do the same for the second map. So now we will add grid again. Actually, always don't forget to select the map here. So now we add a grid to the main map. Now I want in meters, maybe every 10 kilometers. And to make sure that I'm 83 north, and I add this is too much. Let's exactly. So now it shows me 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. Maybe I prefer when it's not as big as this. This is much better. I can add crosses, but I like solid map, and I'll just make a change again. The type of line to dotted line. It's a bit slicker. And again, what we will do is we have added the frame style, zebra, and we're going to draw the coordinates, and we can keep them all around. For that time, we remove the coordinate position, and we are fine here. So we are done with the maps. Now we can add the necessary information. So the scale. So I clicked on the left button here, scale, and now we have a scale from 0 to 750 to 1500 meters. We can add a frame. Yeah, can stay here. Now I can add the north image by north scale by adding a picture, and again I draw a part here. And what you should know here, the trick is to go to search directories. So in search directories, there is this symbol right here that you can add, and like the other parts, you can add a frame and a background if it wants. Yes, frame and background. Sometimes it can be nicer to add a bit of opacity so we can see the north. We could do the same with the other one afterwards. Up. So now we have a north part. Something else we can add is a legend. So we can add the legend here. It will automatically find what is in your QGIS file. So to change for us, we could change these names here. So the best is to come back here and rename the layer. So Tellbreen, and rename the layer Tellbreen. So we can save, and if I come back, this is auto update. So if I click here, this should update itself. Yeah, we don't need these two information, so I can go below, delete it. What we can think about is a frame, as we have done for the other, and I think we can just give it title legend, and we are done with it. So here we have a full map. What we can do is we can save it as a PNG. Something you should know is there is an error warning because these basemap services have some limits. Sometimes you won't see all the fonts here or text. That's because it depends on which zoom scale you're using. So now I'm saving in my desktop. 300 dpi is okay, 600 if you want to have higher resolution, and you can save it as a PDF if you want to keep the vectors. And now here comes my final map. So you see the names disappeared here, and that's because of the layers. If you zoom out, the names will come back. So something you can that's actually why you see the text. You can guess the text here. So something you can do that I forgot to do is you can add text. So I clicked on the text button here, and now I can go here and write Tellbreen. It's a bit small, so what I can go to font, make it very big, maybe not too big, 424 is okay, and center middle, and now I can put it on the Glacier, and I can copy paste and do the same. Tellbreen. And if it does not match, what I can always do is I can rotate the font here by rotation. And that's good enough. I mean, I prefer when it's straight, so what I would do here is I will put Tellbreen at the top because it fits. Okay, so now let's save it again, and we are done. This will be the map, and then you can add other informations as you wish. Okay, thanks for this tutorial, and if you have questions, send me emails or we see each other on Slack.